One of the biggest franchises we have wanted to come back to GeForce Now has come back to the platform. Thanks to the completion of the Activision Blizzard deal with Microsoft, Microsoft has allowed cloud gaming companies with a 10-year deal to launch Call of Duty games, including GeForce Now. So after all this wait to get the franchise back on the platform, is the experience everything we expect it to be? Sit tight, because we're going to go over all the modes on all GeForce Now tiers, starting with the free tier. Let's lock and load. Since GeForce Now is launching the franchise with the latest games, Modern Warfare 3, 2, and Warzone, free tier members are most likely going to want to play Warzone, including DMZ, for free. And yes, this is completely possible. But should you? That's a completely different story. Now before we get into that, a few very important things to note. First, these are the Steam version of these games. Battle.net is not yet supported, and we don't know when that will be. You'll have to get Steam copies of the games if you want to play campaign or multiplayer or zombies on GeForce Now. If you don't want to buy these games on Steam, Warzone and DMZ are still available to play for free. You'll just need to have a Steam account and add Call of Duty to your library. More on this in a bit. Second, Nvidia mentions that legacy games are not supported at the moment. This includes Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the one from 2019, Call of Duty Vanguard, and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Make sure to stay tuned to GeForce Now Thursday when other legacy Call of Duty titles get added. GeForce Now Thursday updates happen every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, so make sure to subscribe to keep on top of those. Now, since I'm natively a Battle.net player, I wanted to keep my progress as I played on Steam. So to do this, I highly recommend you sync your account before you play on Steam. To do this, either go to Activision.com or CallOfDuty.com and sign in. Go to Profile, then Account Linking. Here you'll be able to sync your account. Remember that syncing your account on Battle.net is not the same thing. You'll have to do it through Activision.com or CallOfDuty.com. Also, before you even load the game, make sure you have an active mobile number associated with your Steam account, or you'll get a message like this. Don't risk your line in the free tier. Put a number in your Steam account before starting the game in GeForce Now. Now to start off, GeForce Now can play these games on various devices, including your TV, PC, Android, and iOS devices. These are the full versions of the games. Campaign, multiplayer, Warzone, everything. That's right, you can play these versions even on your mobile device. Eat your heart out, Call of Duty Mobile. Now the free tier is obviously going to be the tier where most are going to be playing on the service. But will the free tier be worth your time, and can you play well? Since GeForce Now has increased its user base by 10 million in the past year, queue wait times have been crazy, and Nvidia adding Call of Duty hasn't helped anything. There have been many times I've waited up to 6 hours just to play, and when I do get on with the free tier, I've received errors like this, or this, every single time. Yes, Nvidia is aware of these issues, and this is nothing on you. Close the game and try running the game again, but I feel you. This is the definition of pain. I still have yet to play the game on the free tier because it's been so bad. And so I cannot recommend playing Call of Duty on the free tier at all. Do not torture yourself, you're better than this. Now, is it worth it to upgrade to the paid tiers to play? In short, yes. Now let's get into those details. Playing the game becomes viable with the priority tier. Will you still have problems and crashes? Yes, but they are nowhere as bad as the free tier. You also won't have to worry about the hour time limit. You'll get a 6-hour time limit on this tier for a nice long lengthy game session. This tier also bypasses the queue, so you can load your game immediately on most occasions. There can be a queue during busy times like the holidays, but you'll be thrown in with other priority members, not free members. Now once you start the game, you'll have to restart for the update. This is normal. This also might make you crash. Just start the game up again and usually you should be good. And since there's little to no queue, there's little pain. Now the first thing to do when you get in the game is let the shaders load. Do not, I repeat, do not play the game until the shaders have loaded completely. This goes for every tier. Thankfully, the GeForce Now team has been working on the speed of loading time, and now it only takes a couple of minutes. Good on them. Now let's talk graphics with the priority tier. You'll get a max resolution of 1080p and a 60 FPS stream. Plus, you'll get a machine set in one of two configurations, either an RTX 2080 or an RTX 3060. I had no issue running the game on extreme settings, but make sure you turn DLSS off. I noticed that things are very grainy with it on. I also noticed that the RTX 3060 configuration ran the game a bit better. To be honest though, I didn't have a problem hitting over 60 FPS during my gameplay on both configurations, even on larger maps. This includes playing on Warzone, campaign, multiplayer, zombies, you name it. And yes, it is plenty possible to play competitively. Also, are you looking to trash talk? Make sure you have an adequate mic installed. Hit Ctrl G to bring up the in-game overlay. You can activate your mic here. You can also just hit Ctrl M to activate it as a keyboard shortcut. You can also add the mic icon in the overlay settings. And lastly, I changed the in-game mic settings to suit your trash talk needs.
Echo.
Looking to play the campaign? Technically, this is a different game, so it'll quit Modern Warfare 3 and load the campaign, which means shaders again. I know. Thankfully, these took even less loading time than the multiplayer side, so no worries. GeForce Now offers both campaigns on both Modern Warfare 2 and 3, so you have hours of playtime here if you bought each game. Okay, maybe hours with Modern Warfare 2, maybe an hour with 3. Let's be real here. So was it worth it to upgrade to the priority tier to play any mode of Call of Duty? Yes, the overall experience is really good. I had no problems performing with my Xbox controller during my matches on PC, but this would also go for people who play on Chromebook, your TV, and especially mobile. As long as you have a decent internet connection, Ethernet or 5 GHz Wi-Fi recommended, the priority tier should suit your Call of Duty needs. Dang it, one day I will get it. Now for the main event. The question you've all been waiting for. Is the Ultimate tier worth the price to play Call of Duty on? For those who know, already know this answer. For those who don't, I'll cover on why this is the best way to play the game, period. Now the Ultimate tier is designed to allow you to play the game at maximum efficiency, FPS and quality at 1080p, 1440p, 4K, and ultra widescreen. So just how powerful is the Ultimate tier? Well, let's just say this. I generally play at 4K with extreme settings, and the benchmark hit an average of almost 150 FPS. Yes, at 4K. And since GeForce Now allows 4K streams up to 120 FPS, those with gaming monitors can really take advantage of the high yield stream. Since YouTube only streams at 60 FPS, unfortunately, I can't really show you how clean and smooth this gameplay is. This really is the real deal. Now what about 1080p players? With frame generation on, I was able to hit well over 300 FPS on most multiplayer maps. The only thing right now is that 240Hz streams at 1080p are not available yet for this game, and honestly, I don't know if it'll ever be. Nonetheless, frames at 1080p will be spectacular, allowing you to perform at your best.
Mission accomplished.
Now 1440p players will find themselves somewhere in the middle of 4K and 1080p performance. It should be similar to running the game on ultra widescreen monitors. Those with ultra widescreen monitors can now rejoice. The Ultimate tier can handle ultra widescreen resolutions up to 3440 by 1440, and those with ultra widescreen monitors know visual awareness is everything. Now be aware that there is a minimum GPU requirement to handle streaming at this rate. NVIDIA recommends a minimum of a GTX 10 series GPU or equivalent to handle decoding the stream. Make sure your device has a graphics processor equal or greater than this to get the best of what the Ultimate tier can offer. Ultimate can also be played on the Shield TV Pro, qualifying mini PCs, and the Samsung Gaming Hub on select Samsung TVs. I will put the links to these devices and the GPU requirements in the description. And speaking of the Shield TV Pro, this device is good to go for playing the Ultimate tier right out of the box. Just plug it in, set up your internet and controller, and you're set to play. Don't forget to make sure that you have decent internet. I would have a minimum download speed of 50 megabits per second for priority members, and 100 megabits per second for the Ultimate tier for maximum bitrate streams, especially if you live with others using the internet.
Mission success. We are RTB.
Overall, no matter what device you play Call of Duty on, getting to the top of the leaderboard will only depend on your personal skill, and GeForce Now has proven itself to me time and time again. Well, unless you're on the free tier. If you are on the free tier, expect pain. So, if you like this overview of the new Call of Duty games on all tiers of GeForce Now, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and Discord in the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle. This is the Black Knight. This is now my new primary way of getting my KD ratio up.